Is anybody waiting for you to come on?
Yeah, the woman that told me. Oh, I don't know about right now. All right, sorry about all that. One thing that I have to keep in mind when I'm live streaming is that my computer is pretty much ancient. So it was like overworked earlier, I guess. I don't know what it was doing in the background, but it had a whole bunch of stuff. Restart it, which takes 30 days and 30 nights. So I'm going to try this again. I'm sorry to anybody who got stuck in the white fuzz when I rewatched the video a minute ago when I was waiting for this to load. I did see the white fuzz. Thanks, Janice. Hopefully I have a fuzzless video now that I've cleared my computer out of whatever was running. What, honey?
So which kind of video are you doing?
I'm doing a live video, so there's people watching. Okay?
I can do a video later.
Maybe. Okay?
We just be quiet.
Yep.
I'm doing a video too.
So I did some gluing while I was waiting. I glued some of my pieces that I ripped up. And I'm going to see how this goes. I'm just kind of sticking them on there all willy-nilly. Yeah, Janice, this laptop is ancient. In laptop years, it's like 100. I think it's from 2008 or 2009. I think I bought this in 09. So, you know, that's like an antique in computer years. So I have to remember that it's not always going to cooperate with me. I didn't think I was going to be getting back on, but apparently it fixed itself when it was restarting, so hopefully it stays this way. So, yes, I have a webcam. I bought it over the summer, and I enjoy it because I can do it to my computer and see everything on my computer, you know, but I do think that the phones now are better than webcams, you know. Because like I see some videos that people make with their phones, and it's way nicer than most of the webcam videos I see. Yeah, some of them do, honey.
Some of them do?
Yeah.
Wow. I made some fresh oil in my shoes.
Oh man, again?
Again, what?
I'm a robot.
A robot?
Yeah, I'm turning into a robot.
What?
Yeah, apparently. Apparently this thing is just going to keep doing this to me. I'll wait a minute and see if it passes, I guess.
When you make the video?
Yeah.
Mom, I did fresh oil in my shoes.
Why?
Because to make my feet clean. Everything's fine.
Yeah. She'll calm down in a minute.
In a minute? What's
Yeah.
your card for?
I don't know.
For taking your test?
Yeah, my computer's starting to rev up again like it's doing something serious.
It is doing something serious. That's because it's loading.
So I don't know if this is going to let me do this tonight. I hope it clears itself up.
Mom,
What, honey?
I'm making fresh oil for my wedding. He's sick.
Okay.
So I'm making. My cat boy is sick. My cat boy is sick. I gotta get something from the
It did work, Janice. Yes, it did work. Some of the pages. I had a couple of them that it did not work on, so I might try wax. One spread that I had, it did not really work. They were still kind of sticky. So I was thinking about trying wax, but then again, I don't know if it was sticky in the crease, as if, you know, glue got in there. Maybe that's what caused the stickiness of the page. You know, if I didn't get enough on it, I don't know what happened. But the baby powder did work on a lot of it. Hi, Cheryl. Apparently I'm having problems where I turn into a white fuzzy robot, so I'm sorry in advance. I'm sorry in advance if I turn into a white fuzzy robot. I don't mean to be a fuzzy robot, I swear. But if I were to be a robot, I'd probably want to be a fuzzy one, because, you know, fuzzy things are cool, you know? But I just haven't been putting this, I haven't not been layering the, I haven't been loading the matte medium on the surface, just pretty much where I need it, and then I'm powdering the spots that I do, you know, after it dries, because you can pretty much see it. So hopefully that works, you know, in the future. Which video of Carla's? I watched her live yesterday. She was gluing stuff. It was very relaxing. I just love watching people glue stuff. It makes me so happy.
That's okay. I want to see the pages.
I got my first thumbs down on my live stream from last week, so I am so official. I had a troll a couple weeks ago, and I had a thumbs down. So I'm pretty much like YouTube royalty now. Trolls, thumbs, the whole nine. I was very excited about my thumbs down. Yeah, she was doing some serious gluing yesterday. It was very, very relaxing to watch. I just love watching her. I just love watching her glue. I love watching anybody glue. You know, Shannon Green, I love her videos. I love watching Rosemary glue. All of the glue queens of YouTube. And kings, if there are any kings. I haven't seen many glue kings. But, you know, I've seen some queens. Let me see if I'm change something here.
Why are we going to do that? Because it's very strange.
Okay.
Quiet.
Let's see. Ooh, I gotta rip up some more pieces. I keep like almost getting enough pieces and then not quite having enough.
This one's for you. This one's for the bottom.
I'm gonna try and use up my entire box of scraps this month too. Maybe on backgrounds and stuff. Maybe I can.
What?
Hey, Lil.
What?
Just quiet a little bit, okay?
Mhm. Mm.
Maybe I can make some cool backgrounds with all my scraps in my scrap box.
Do you think you could get you down here?
Well, Cheryl, I don't know if it's really a challenge as much as it's just she spends her month of January gluing, and I thought that was a great idea. You know, a way to kind of unwind from the holidays. So I was like, I'm gonna spend my month of January gluing too. You know, I don't know if I call it a challenge. I don't have anything that I have to accomplish. I just like the idea of relaxing and gluing, you know? You know what perfect time to glue and just do something mindless than after the busy holidays where you just spent the last 2 months going nuts, you know? And I have a lot of glue book ideas, you know, like this book here is going to be my book of weird. Oh, excuse me. This is going to be my book of weird. And I've decided I'm going to make a book of rooms because I, for some reason, collect rooms. So, you know, I'm going to make like the house book with all the rooms in it. What, honey?
This is not a dish.
Okay, can you go get me a tissue, please?
Why did it not have the dishes?
Because you put it in with the dishes last night. Oh, thank you. Yes, my nose goes nuts.
No.
My allergies act up. They act up all day. All day I have allergies. I'm allergic to my life. Thanks, honey. Excuse me. Apparently, I had to clear my head. All right, let me dry this. Then I'm going to try maybe putting some paint on it. So I didn't put a cover on this one yet because I haven't decided what to do. I've got to go through my strange images and see if I could find something strange enough to use for the cover. I'm probably going to put scrapbook paper to really strengthen the cover and then put something on it. That's awesome, Cheryl. Then all you got to do is just start slapping stuff in like this right here. What a perfect way to use up book pages. I got a whole box of book pages to use up, you know, and they make great backgrounds. Just trying to dry glue. I'm trying to figure out what I want to put on this because I think I'm going to do a stencil. Yeah, Cheryl, it's a great way to use up the book pages. That's dry enough. that is dry enough. I'm gonna knock over. I have paint water in here from all the painting I did yesterday. Let's find a stencil that we can use. Why not? Oh, yeah, let's do some mandalas. Let us do some mandalas. What color? I'm gonna spray. I bought some used spray inks from a woman, and I didn't mind that they were only like 3/4 full because I wasn't gonna spend $20 on new ones, you know. So I figured I would try them. So I'm gonna see how this goes. Ooh, that's pretty. These inks are like really rich in color. They're richer than even my Sharpie inks that I make out of Sharpies. That looks pretty cool too. Let's put the rest of it off on my wipe off page, my wipe off desk. I do like the inks. I like the way that looks.
Thank you very much. You're a big book.
And
Why are you doing it?
find, well, quiet. I'm gonna try this one, I think. Down here with the red, I'm gonna get everywhere. Oh, I was thinking about trying her tag challenge. I gotta make up some tags though. That looks bloody. I don't have any tags. I have to make some up. And if you don't have spray ink, it's really easy to make your own out of markers. You take the tube out of the inside of the marker, not the part you write with. That's not the what holds the ink, but inside the tube you can pull that piece out and put it into a spray bottle with alcohol, and it makes a spray ink similar to this, but not as rich as these Dylusion ones. Oh, bingo ink. That's a good idea too, Janice. I did use food coloring, but it didn't seem to work out well. Hi, Susan. Thanks for coming to hang out. We're just kind of winging it here on some backgrounds. See how it goes. I just want to dry this ink a little bit before I move on to the next page. You can get bingo ink in multiple colors too, can't you? I bet bingo ink makes a nice rich ink though. Okay, Susan, bring me one too. My tea's getting cold. Oh, and apparently Lily wants some too. So this page is kind of garbly, but that's because the spray ink is so watery. You know, if it was paint, it would probably make a nice reverse image, but it kind of made it all watery. But that's okay because it's going to be the background. I'm going to put stuff over this, you know? And I'm going to, since this is taking a long time to dry, so I'm going to take a sheet of paper and soak up some of the extra stuff, right? Let's see. Go around and just pick up some of my extra. I do like this with the stencil. It probably works out nicer on a much flatter surface, not this book that isn't flat. This stencil here I got from this one I got from AliExpress or eBay. I don't remember, but I'm sure you can find the design on both. And it's nice, but these little cornery things, they tend to bend a lot, so they're kind of warped. But for $1, you just order another one. And this mandala one I got at Walmart on clearance last summer. I think it was like $1. It's like $1. We have a friend who goes to the casino. I think she goes like once a week and plays bingo at one of the big casinos. And she doesn't usually win very much either. Oh, Dollar Tree has it there? I'm going to have to check mine because I'll make my inks out of that. Although I got from Salvation Army last year, there was a package of those Bic markers that are supposed to be like the Bic version of Sharpie. And I'm going to find a white. No, I'm going to do more paper, I think. But I'm going to find a background someplace else. But those Bic markers, and most of them were dried up, which, so what? The marker tip is dried up, but the ink inside the tube isn't. So I'm going to make a bunch of sprays out of that. I'm going to make a bunch of sprays out of those Bic markers. Careful. All right, just be careful. I'm going to rip a bunch of pages at the same time because I want to try another background with book paper. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to use up my scrap box. It is going to happen this month. I'm going to use up whatever I don't use is going in the trash. I've got to use some of it. I got to use up at least half is going to be my goal.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's awesome, Janice. I saw that Sharpies were on sale through Amazon during Christmas, the Christmas time, and they were pretty cheap. They had like a big 24 pack for $8 and some change, I think. I didn't buy any though because I have no need for that. I have a zillion. I have so many, it's scary. But a lot of my Sharpies even are drying out, which is really upsetting because I have some Sharpies that I bought maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and they're still going strong. But the ones I bought like 4 or 5 years ago are not very strong. They are pretty well junk. Very aggravating. All right, mix these up a little bit since I ripped up 10 pages up together. But I hope these Bic markers do the same thing as the Sharpies with the ink, with the alcohol. Me too, Janice. I had them in my Amazon cart, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy them. But then I just couldn't bring myself to spend $23 on 12 markers, so I canceled it and bought a gallon of glue instead. I have to like ask myself every time though, how often am I going to use them? I'm waiting to see how much I look, you know, how I'm looking to see how many projects I do where I say to myself, man, I could really use those pens. Or do I just want them because, you know, people do stuff with it and it looks nice, you know? That's the fight. That's the internal struggle I have with myself on most of my projects. Is it something I'm going to use, or is it something that somebody else uses that I like, but I would never be any good at, you know, XYZ, you know? Because there's some areas of my life that I can just tell you, I am not going to be good at. You know, I am never going to be a good painter. I have tried it, and I have tried it, and I am not good at drawing. I draw like a third grader. $43 from Walmart? Oh my god, I never buy any craft supplies from Walmart unless I'm at the store and it's like craft paint. I buy all my stuff from Amazon. The 12-pack of Posco pens in the regular fine tip is it is $23. I did buy from Walmart white gel pens because that was the cheapest place I found them. It was like a 3-pack and it was $4 or something. I ordered those a while ago, and those same pens on Amazon were $6 or $7. So I did buy gel pens from Walmart. I was pretty happy. They're pretty nice. The white pens. Yeah, I can't draw. I've tried it. You know, I've tried numerous times. I've bought the books. I've done a whole bunch of stuff. Bought the fancy pencils, and it just isn't gonna. It's not in the cards for me. My eyes don't see the world like an artist. You know, my eyes. I don't look at a bowl of fruit and say, "Wow," you know, I can definitely paint that dimension or draw that dimension. No, I can't do it. My eyes don't see the world that way. I like to write, so I see a lot of things as a writer. I see things in description as opposed to, you know, as a painting
Oh, I'm full, honey, I'm full.
or as a drawing.
Come here. Oh, good. Come here. Gotta go take a shower. Yeah, I gotta go take a shower. Shower. Why don't you pick up everything you're not playing with? Okay, I want you to clean. This stuff too. Everything you're not playing with. What do you want?
Yeah, I think PayPal, yeah, PayPal has my checking account hooked right up. And I can tell you firsthand, I've had my PayPal account for about, I bet you I've had it for almost 15 years, and I've never ever had a problem with them with my checking account. Never. Oh, I love watching It's Nana's Place with the abandoned books. I don't think she's been working on them much lately. She's been doing some other stuff, but like all last summer I watched her progress on those books, and they are just so incredible. I don't know if I would do good in those. I have other books that I use, you know, like junk books I got from the thrift store. so I don't feel guilty spending money on the abandoned books and they have them come out like crap, you know. But I love watching other people. I love watching Dee Dee Wellingham too. She has made some gorgeous pages in those books. But I can't spend that kind of money on something I don't think I would be good at. And I don't know if I would be good collaging in those books. I do better at junk stuff. I'm more in my element with crap than I am with something I spend money. Like that's why I bought these Delusion sprays used. I just bought a set of gelatos used. You know, because fancy, expensive things intimidate me unless it's a tool. Like my, you know, all the tools I bought myself, my corner punches. I just bought, I bought a couple of border punches from a woman online. They're being shipped. You know, those are tools. I can use them over and over. If I ruin one of those books, it's ruined, and I'll never forgive myself. I did not see Dee Dee's stream today. I've been feeling under the weather. Yesterday, I woke up and I was dizzy and nauseous, and I don't know why, because I didn't drink the night before. I don't drink. You know, I didn't party for New Year's Eve. As a matter of fact, I fell asleep at 12:07. I stayed up just long enough to finish the chapter in my book, and I was done. So I don't know why I woke up feeling like such crap yesterday. And today I kind of slept in because yesterday, you know, I didn't feel good. So I missed the morning excitement of YouTube. And nobody was streaming all day. Yeah, this one's an L. This one's an L, and I gotta do something about it because yeah, this magazine is called L.
L?
Yeah.
Does it have anything to smell?
No, I took all the smelly things out already.
What are you
So-
painting?
Just has smelly glue on it.
You painting a picture?
Yeah. It has Ariana Grande
Mom,
on the cover,
Mom, so that glue has pictures on it?
no, I'm gluing words down, see? Book pages. So I gotta do something about the cover. I don't need Ariana Grande.
I see that that looks like a picture.
Yeah, this is a picture of lips that I'm gonna cover up with words. Is that okay? Can I cover it with words?
No,
Why?
because I love that picture.
Oh, well, I'll find you another one just like it.
When?
In one of my other magazines, I got 1 million.
You got a million?
Yeah.
Give me all those ones.
Give me all those. Okay. I'll give you all my magazines. See, she's taking place after her mom. Give me all the magazines.
No, all those.
Oh, Janice, I know all about free magazines online. Trust me. My husband hates me.
What?
Because I get so many magazines. The other day, he went to the mailbox and he grabbed the mail and left the magazines in the truck. And I was like, so the next day, you know, we get in the truck to go somewhere. And I said, oh, these were from yesterday's mail? And he says, yeah. I was contemplating on throwing them out before you saw them. I'm like, you better not. And it was my good one, too. It was my Veranda magazine. You can't throw out the Veranda magazine. That's got like the nicest paper in it, those Veranda magazines. Oh,
Mom,
those papers make
Mom,
phenomenal painty
see that-
papers.
see, this train has a little black button.
Yeah,
What is it for?
I don't know.
Turning it down
Maybe.
and turning it up and you can hear it.
Yeah, and I get catalogs. Oh my God, I started on the catalogs a couple months ago, and I'm getting catalogs that I didn't even order. I just have tons. Honey, can you go in the other room with that? I don't want. That's too loud in here. Okay, Lil. That's too loud in here. Yes, Janice, I have a homemade one. I have a few homemade ones. I have maybe 4 different sizes, I think. I love my jelly plate. I haven't used it in a while because, well, mainly because I require a lot of room to use it. Because I do it in like bulk, where I do 100 pages at a time. You know, so typically it's a matter of cleaning off my desk completely to do it, so that I have enough room to put everything to dry. And I try to layer the paint on thin so it dries faster, but when you try and layer the paint on thin, usually it ends up just gumming up and drying on the gel plate. So it's a balancing act, you know. Yeah, I love my homemade one. I don't own one of the commercial ones, but they're much cheaper now if you were to buy one. They're much cheaper than they were when I first looked at them. It was like $100 for a big jelly plate. Yeah, I do. I have a big shot. I have a big shot. I have a ton of dies. I love my big shot. I just joined a swap for die cuts in Junk Journal Junkies. So I gotta get my die cuts. I gotta make 50 of them. I gotta get going on my die cuts this week. Even though I think the swap ends at the end of the month. But I still like to get my swap stuff out. Oh, thanks, Susan. Yeah, she's she likes playing with the baby's toys more than her own. She's 4. So it's not like it's that big of an age difference, you know. And she could probably relate more to the baby stuff, you know, than hers sometimes. Lillian, honey. Hey, Lil, can you take that in the other room, please? Take that in the other room for me, please. Yeah, it's still loud. Thank you. Yeah. The Olive and Cocoa catalog is so nice. And Janice, that's all you do. Just get them slowly but surely. I started off with mostly ones from eBay and AliExpress. My embossing folders and my dies, you know, 90% of them come from there. This year, I just started collecting some Sizzix and some Tim Holtz dies that are, you know, 10 to 15 bucks a pop. I bought myself a Sizzix Library Pocket die, which is big. It's actually like really big. I did not think it was that big. But I really like all the options, you know, all the die options you have and the price options that you have, because you can get the embossing folders and stuff and the dies really cheap from China, unfortunately. But isn't that the way it goes? You know. So that's where I get most of mine. I bought a bunch of Christmas ornament ones to make ornaments with, and I'm kind of disappointed because I just got 2 of them in today. I'm like, oh, thanks, you know. Day I take my Christmas tree down, you send me the rest of my ornament dies. I'm still waiting on one, actually. But I'm pretty happy with with those Christmas dies. I had done a video on making ornaments, and the ornaments I made was used with that was used with one of the set of Christmas dies I bought off of AliExpress. And I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. They're gonna be my babies forever. They are gonna be my babies forever. My kids, I am like, the time is just going by so fast, and you know, my baby is gonna be 1, you know. She's gonna be a year old at the end of this month. Man, it seems like just yesterday, like I was big and fat, waiting for her to get here, you know. I just don't want them to grow up. Oh, I'm glad, Beth. I'm glad that you're making shopping notes. Lurk away, sister. Lurk away. Make your wish list nice and big with all of my enabler suggestions. Don't worry. Those men will get their karma. I am a firm believer. And it's really unfortunate, but you see these, you know, you see it happen every day where karma comes around and bites them right in the ass. I gotta clean my hands. Look at, they're all from that dye. It took like a half a second for me to get covered in crap. Oh, I'm gonna make another journal for my rooms journal, and I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to start that journal. I'm gonna use an old dictionary cover because it's gonna be huge. Because you know some of those room pictures that you see in magazines are huge. Look at, I'm stained forever. That's okay, right? I think it's funny people on that make the videos that are like that put that stuff on their hands so they don't get stained or dirty. I am proud when I walk around with painty hands, you know? I am proud. The only time I'm not proud is after I'm tea dyeing or coffee dyeing because that really makes your fingernails look like crap. Ah, Janice, that is awful. I hope he gets his. I hope he gets his in the end. Maybe, you know, maybe if you're lucky, he'll die a slow, grueling death, you know? That's how I think of it. Karma has got to come back. It's got to come back around, you know? Oh, I'd love to swap die cuts, Janice. I've got my Big Shot out all the time. Spellbinders makes good dies too, and they're cheap. Usually they're like, you can buy them like, you know, $5-10 a set. You know, and it comes with a few in each set. Yeah, you know, if you're doing something like really messy that requires and then, you know, for a job you work in an office, then I agree. But if you're, I'm proud of my messy hands, you know? I am proud of my messy hands. Yeah, he absolutely will get his, Janice. Oh boy, yeah. If there's a God, things will get even. I mean, like, you know, my dad left my mom for his best friend's wife. This was many years ago, you know, and then that woman took him to the cleaners. He remodeled her whole kitchen and bathroom, and as soon as he was done, she kicked him out. She was done. As soon as he was done with her house, she kicked him out. So just remember, What goes around comes around. I don't have a group, Janice, only because there's so many groups. I mean, there are so many groups on Facebook. But if you look me up, I do have a page. It is the Chadwick Rose. On my other videos, I put the link in the description of the videos. So if you go to one of my other videos, that isn't a live stream. I always forget to put descriptions on my live streams. But like the video I uploaded today will take you right to it. I have the link right there. So you can find me there. But I don't have a group just because everybody has groups, you know. Yeah, I'm getting there, you know. I am getting there with this paper. This is the tedious stuff to watch. I'm gonna watch Dee Dee's video from today because I love her. I love watching her. She is such a riot. I love the fact that I just realized this the other day. I love the fact that she has a book of the funny things that people say in her chat. She writes it on a Post-it note and sticks it in a book. I'm like, that is so cute that she sticks them in a book. I noticed it the other day on her live stream. I was like, that is so funny. What a cute idea. She has a lot of people show up to her live streams, though. Oh my God. Like 130 people, you know. I could never focus on the chat with that many people on it if I was the one crafting. I have a hard enough time focusing on it when I'm watching somebody else craft, you know. Yeah, she is so funny. I love watching her. I love watching her streams. You know, did Janet Young do a? I could be in a book. You know, I wouldn't be surprised because I am YouTube royalty now that I've had a troll, and I had my first thumbs down. Yeah, Janice, just do it. Just start a channel. You know. Did Janet Young do a scavenger hunt book this year? I heard people talking about her doing a scavenger hunt book, but I didn't watch her stream the other day to know if she actually did one. If she actually did a scavenger hunt. I have my own scavenger hunt. I just found a bunch of pictures of pineapples today to go on my pineapple page. I'm sure I'll be gluing in that this month too. Oh, she did do one? Her scavenger hunt book last year was fun. I loved watching people work in it. I didn't do it, but I loved watching people's videos. And I feel like when people do challenges, like scavenger hunts, it brings a lot of artists out of their shells, and you see a lot of new artists that are great, you know. Susan, a scavenger hunt is where you have to look for certain things to glue in your journal. Like mine is an en masse journal, which is also a scavenger hunt. And I have a page full of cats. I have a page full of dogs. I have a page full of chairs. I have a page full of circles. And I just gathered all my pictures to do colored pages, like all red and all blue and all purple. And that's going to be fun. I made a journal just for my colors. But what Janet Young does is she makes you look for things in your life, like bread tags, price tags. Last year she had dry cleaning, a tag from the dry cleaners. you know, she had all kinds of really fun stuff to find. Butterflies and I think it was Janet Young that I think it was Janet Young who did that. You had to do a pop-up page in your book, and I saw some great pop-up pages in scavenger hunt books last year. Yeah, she gives you a list of things you have to find, and she makes it a competition. So if you get it done by like April 1st, then you send her the pictures, I think, or link the video, or however she does it, whatever the rules are, you send it to her, and then you can win a drawing. Yeah, I know that people were really engulfed in the scavenger hunt last year with Janet. Janice, all of the swaps I have been in, nobody has flaked. I have had some really good partners in the groups I belong to, and if you want to do swaps that are in heavily policed groups, the group Junk Journal Junkies, they do a lot of swaps. They have 3 different groups. They technically have 4, but if you join Junk Journal Junkies and then join the JJJ chat group, that's where all the swaps are listed, is in the chat group. And I just joined their die cut swap, and the rules are that it has to be on white or manila fold, manila envelope, not envelope, I'm sorry, like a manila folder. It's got to be on neutral color, 5 different designs, 10 of each. But if I'm in a reputable group, I've never had anybody flake on a swap. I belong to Dawn's group, Let's Make a Mess Today. Dawn Calvin has a group. I watch her on YouTube, and I belong to her group. And I've done 2 of her swaps now, and I'm really happy with the partners that I've gotten for her swaps. And one of the girls I became friends with, we swap back and forth now. So yeah, they do swaps there. Don't be put off by that part of it, because if you join the right group, you won't get a flaker. You just have to find the right group. Oh, really? So she took the ideas from people then. She was gathering ideas from people for the scavenger hunt. That's cool too, because it's probably hard to think of things that everybody would have access to yourself, but if you can get feedback from people, that's a good idea. But yeah, her scavenger hunt book last year, that was a big deal. That was everywhere. Oh, I bet that chat was like a total blur. I think I want to do metallics on this page. I love my metallics. I never use them. I'm like afraid to use them. I'm like afraid they're gonna go away. Oh, I don't remember how many she had last year. Like I said, I didn't join it. I really wanted to, but by the time I even learned what it was like, 100 years too late for me to do it, because I have kids and stuff. I can't be scavenger hunting all the time. And I would be scavenger hunting all the time. I would like give up on my family and just scavenger hunt. Sorry, can't be a mom today. I gotta go find a dry cleaning tag. All right, my purple, and I got this pretty pink at Hobby Lobby on sale a couple weeks ago. I love when Hobby Lobby has sales on their paint. Like when they do 40% off the craft paint, I could just go nuts. Because the Hobby Lobby paint, let's face facts, it's so much nicer than the Walmart paint. I can't believe that whole New Year's Eve, all the people who did live streams in that click, how many people were in each stream? You know, like I peeked in on some of those live streams and there were, 200 people in some of those streams. I mean, how do you even deal? How do you even, whew, I couldn't even do it, you know? I haven't done any swaps for the art bar, but Danina just invited me to do a swap. Like I'm assuming she invited everybody in the group, so I might do it, but January is a hard month, I think, to worry about swapping because you just spent your whole month of December in a post office mailing Christmas stuff, right? And then January comes around, and you're back in the post office. Like, I think I'm going to cool it. I'm going to do my swap with the die cuts just because I'm really interested in receiving die cuts from people. But because I use the die cuts that people send me. I use the die cuts that I get from others. I'm pretty into die cuts. But I think I'm going to cool it with, like, I'm not going to do the flocker swap this month. Wow, Shirley, that's literally all summer. That's nothing, though. My summer is April to October is my busy season. So I am, it would take me all summer too to do stuff like that. And Janice, I am the same way. Like I had 3 best friends and they were my family. They were my sisters. And they didn't agree with my relationship. So they pretty much abandoned me, and I have not talked to them in 5 years. And like just today, I just deleted one of them off of Facebook today. I'm like, I can't handle this heartbreak anymore of seeing, their lives going forward, just hurt. So I had to delete them. This stencil came from Walmart. It was like a pack of 4 or 8, and it was half sheet. So I cut them in half. And I really like the stencil. I use the stencil all the time. I love my circles. But yeah, Janice, I totally get you. YouTube is like my family now, and I love that it's the same people. I love that I go into a chat of someone's live stream and I know what's going on with the people in that chat. So I can say to so and so, like there was a woman that her dog was really sick. So every time now I'm like, hey, what's going on with your puppy? Because I know that it was really bothering her that how sick he was. So it's like your family, Same here, Janice. I have some, but they're all 800 miles away. I got up and moved. I got up and left my home, and I'm raising my kids my way, and I don't have anybody to go against that, how I'm doing it. Here I am 800 miles away from everybody that's gonna try and, I don't know the word I'm looking for, try and undermine my parenting. I up and left. Mainly because the area I lived in was terrible. And I did not want to raise kids in that kind of environment. So, and for good reason. Just this week, there was break-ins. There were groups of people coming off of one of the major highways, going into the neighborhoods, breaking into people's cars and stealing their cars, right? Some of the cars have not been recovered, and they have broken into like 60 something houses, you know? So I up and left for my family when I was pregnant. We bought this house when I was pregnant. I was in labor with my oldest, and my husband's like, so do you want the house? And I'm like, just buy the damn house. So we did. We just left. There's nobody in I don't have anybody around here. And that's rough sometimes. You know, sometimes like when I need a babysitter, that's tough. But luckily that's not very often, you know, but when I was in labor last year, we had to fly somebody in, you know. We had to fly a friend in to watch my oldest so I can go have a baby, you know. This page, I'm going to make it crazy. It's going to be, things are about to get weird, guys. If I could find my scissors. If I can't, then nothing's happening. But like my mom, she's had major surgery on my birthday. So the other day, Monday, she had major surgery. And I call her, you know, to see how she's doing, but she's 800 miles away. She told me not to come, you know. So I didn't. We'll be your family, Janice and Cheryl. That's why you know, this live streaming thing on YouTube, when I discovered it a year and a half ago, it really changed my life, you know. It really did. It first of all, it helped me to be a better crafter. But second of all, it gives me a sense of belonging, you know, that otherwise wouldn't have been, you know. I don't feel like I belong here some days, you know.
Are you still doing a video?
Yeah, I'm still doing a video.
You're having a long video all night?
No, just for a little while, honey. And Cheryl, you're not far from me. We could get together. You know, we could get together and have lunch. Traveling is nothing to me and my husband. We travel all the time.
Can I come too?
Yeah, and Lily's gonna come for lunch too. You know.
I want to live everywhere.
I had a vision in my head of how this might look, so I don't know how it's gonna come out. It might just look like a big mess. But you know, you're not far from me, Cheryl, so we can get together. There's a few other people. Cheryl says you can come too, Lily. Cheryl says you can come too, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. You're my friend.
You crazy. Go play, okay? She is sweet. I'm sure you can find somebody, Janice. I'm sure you can find somebody. There are so many people. Although I noticed that most people seem to live in Florida. That is like the commonplace. That is like the common place to live is Florida. There are so many people in Florida and California, but I think California is full of people regardless of what they do.
Do you have a story for me?
Huh?
Do you have a story for me?
Maybe if we see them.
Do you have a story for me?
Yeah, Janice, keep an eye out because like I just met a woman recently. She usually comes in here. She might be busy tonight, but she lives the next town over from me. She's 20
Mom.
minutes from me.
Mom, but I don't see
So-
pictures.
No, you can't
Okay.
see them, honey. They're just typing words.
They're just
So you-
on the video.
Yeah, they can only hear me. I can't hear them. Okay?
That's because they're not talking because you're just pretending.
No, honey, they're typing words. See right there? Those are words.
So that's all I'm coming.
But yeah, this woman, she lives 20 minutes from me, so we're gonna get together one of these days too.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I know you have stories. Do you? You do? Well, tell me about
All right,
it.
Lil, go play with some toys, okay? While I'm doing this. Okay, honey?
I can listen to a story.
No, there's nothing. You can't listen to anything, honey. There's nothing to listen to. It's just they're just typing words.
They can hear us,
Mm-hmm.
and we can hear them. Right?
Well, they can hear us, but we cannot hear them because they type words. Screen that we see.
So they're just pretending.
You're just gonna have to learn how to read.
Well,
Cheryl said that she has glasses and long brown hair.
she does.
Yep.
Can she say it to me?
She just did. She said, I have glasses and long brown hair, Lily.
Well, that's nice. I got a favor for you. I gotta go get something for you to show you.
The imagination of a 4-year-old.
This is a crown.
Hey, look at all those pictures.
One little heart.
Yeah, and people and a crown and a dress. That's from Janice. Janice sent you pictures.
Thank you, Janice. Color those pictures for me, okay?
They aren't colored. And Susan has long red hair and glasses and a big wart on her nose.
Where's the big one?
Well, you can't see the picture, honey. She's telling you what she looks like, so you know.
Well, that's nice. I know you love crowns, but I can wear it.
Oh, Lily has her crown on right now. Lily is a princess. When she was a baby, she used to say prinsa. She's a prinsa.
I'm a princess. And I noticed you draw the picture. But will you draw a picture of me, please?
She did. See the little dress right there and the
That-
girl's head.
That's me?
Yep.
Thank you. Now, can you do me a kiss?
And Janice says, "You're welcome, sweetheart." She's the one who sent you all the pictures. She said, "I got long brown hair and blue eyes."
Well, thank you.
What do you look like? Why don't you tell them what you look like?
Wow. I have toys and I have light.
What color are your eyes?
I have hazel eyes for all my toys.
You have hazel eyes.
And I have light hair. I got toys and hazel eyes. You're welcome. She said thank you.
Yeah.
And I said welcome.
Okay.
Can I talk a story for them?
No, honey, play with some toys for a little bit, okay? And because it's almost bedtime. Oh, she's blowing kisses.
Mom, look at the smile faces.
Oh, look at that. Those are all the kissy faces from Janice. Oh, thank you, ladies. Are so sweet. You made her night.
This is the picture comes out of me. That's more. Where was me hugging?
Okay, honey, go play with some toys, okay? So you can finish cleaning up before bedtime.
I'm going to clean in my bedroom.
Oh, I still have ink on my wax paper, so it's transferring onto my page. I just picked 10 of my random texture pages out of the big box of texture pages that I have. And I'm just ripping them up and slapping them in here willy-nilly, however they look. I'm going to take the wax paper right out because I'm just transferring this ink. Ooh, look, Cheryl sent you pictures too.
Wow. Thank you, Cheryl.
Look at apples, and those are hugs.
And that's me smiling.
Yep. Yeah, you kind of look like that little person, like a little yellow-head kid.
Mom, what is that?
That's a woman waving
From who?
from Mike.
Thank you, Mike. I said thank you from everyone.
All right, go finish picking up, okay?
Okay, I'll be back later. And make sure you give me another picture. Okay? Mom? Where did it go? Where's everything turning?
So I realized in one of my magazines there was a picture of a woman wearing a hat all made out of some kind of a plant, but the hat covered her whole face.
You're
So
welcome.
that image is definitely going to go into this big book of weird.
Thank you for the dance, and I said welcome.
Okay, go pick up, please, okay?
Let's pick up the cat. Okay, let's pick up the cat. Yeah. This is my cat.
I know. Kids, right?
Oh, look at all the red balloons. See?
Yeah, those are nice, honey.
Where does red balloons come from?
Those are from Cheryl.
I know you can in that picture. Send the picture to Joy.
She can't. Joy's not on here.
I know, but she can color one for Joy.
No, you have to color one for Joy, and we'll send it to her house. Okay?
Yeah, she can color it. Huh?
What?
I think it's tender, yep.
She is. She is such a pure soul. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing that this is how we start, and then the world just turns us bitter. You know, is how. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen with my girls. I hope they live a nice, long,
Everyone,
happy
why do
life.
you so much presents?
Because you're a nice kid. I'm gonna need to grab some more textures to finish this page.
Can you draw me green balloons?
Go finish picking up.
Okay.
Go. Well, you all made a new friend tonight.
I need a new friend.
Finish picking up, okay? And I did find a woman in that same magazine who had a picture of balloons on her head strapped around her chin, which also has to go in here. No, come look at this one.
Which one?
Look at all those. You have a snail and a crab and flowers and birds and a squirrel and an alligator and a chicken and a fish and a shark, dolphin, penguin, panda. Look at all that. Koala bear, a sunshine.
Draw it.
That was Janice.
Thank you, Janice. Can you blow me a kiss?
Okay, finish picking up.
Now draw me the kiss and the hugs. Are you drawing it for me?
I know she's gonna be all the time. She says thank you, sweetheart.
I think that guy's good.
Yes, Janice, absolutely he does. Absolutely. Never doubt it, you know.
Are you still going to be video when my room is
Well, then it's gonna be bedtime, babe.
now my room is
Yeah. She is sweet to listen to. Her mouth goes nonstop all day.
Dennis. I got a story for you, and it's called The Popeye Walking
She
Through
in
the
your way?
Wheel.
No, she's all set, honey. I just want her to finish picking up.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Check out this couch thing up. You just make such a mess. You know, if you took something out and play with it and then you want to say something else, but don't
She was funny. She's funny. She says to me the other day, because when I get after her,
you understand what I'm saying?
a little while later, I say, you know, are you sorry for doing XYZ? You know, we'll talk about it. Well, now if I get mad at her, she says to me, Mom, are you sorry for being mad? That's what she says then. She says, hey, Mom, are you sorry for being mad at me? I'm like, no, I'm not. Sorry. I'm not sorry. It's justified.
Another picture?
No. No, you have to finish picking up now, honey.
Okay. I'm picking up. Do I want a picture?
Maybe someday it'll be both of us. It'll be, you know, me and my daughters on YouTube Live crafting together. It'll be fun. Keep going, honey. Keep picking up. I can't believe it, she says.
I don't need picture. Okay. Just make sure, okay? Thanks, sweetheart.
Oh my goodness.
You do nothing with me.
I really like all these. I almost just tried to drink my glue.
SpongeBob. Nope.
No, now the girls said they want you to pick up too, okay?
Okay, I'll pick up for you.
No,
Just keep them in.
Please pick up.
Okay.
Oh boy.
What?
So I hope everybody is gluing this month. I hope that people are getting some nice relaxing glue time. Because it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun to glue. It takes a while. I had so many ideas for backgrounds. I'm just going to have to do another video with all my ideas for all my backgrounds. Because I wanted to play around with my gelatos. And I also wanted to play around with some eyeliner pencil because I used that the other day, and it worked just as good as the gelatos. The pencils, they're like cheap fat pencils from the Dollar Tree, I think. They look like this. So if you go to the Dollar Tree, or if you have eye pencils that you don't use anymore, I know I've got a couple. Use them and then smudge them on the paper. They come out really cool. And these are Sally Hansen. Nope, they want you to pick up your toys now. Yeah, I just ordered a gallon of glue, Cheryl. So I am right there with you with the glue situation. Although I know where it is because I just got it today.
Santa Claus gave me 100 onion toys. I know, I can't believe that too. And when the timers they said that they go, ho, ho, ho.
Keep going.
Come on, man. We
I
just
haven't-
want to clean.
I haven't tried water with it. I just used my finger, and it smudged perfectly fine with my finger. I couldn't believe it though. It was like the same exact thing. It was like using the gelato. You know, I mean, I bought those gelatos used, so I don't feel like I wasted money. But you know, you can get a lot of nice pencil colors for cheap. But I bet you if you could use water or a baby wipe would probably smudge it nice. Yeah, it does. Just pick up the box and the table and stuff for me. Nope.
Pick up the toys and leave him alone.
Let's see what other. Yeah, those are Sally Hansen. They came from Dollar Tree.
Everything on that couch, on your bed, on
They
your
came
bed.
from Dollar Tree has Sally Hansen Cosmetics. It's the
You gotta look.
nail polish that's expensive from like the the drugstores, but they have the eyeliner, and I've seen some powders and stuff that were Sally Hansen. Really? At Dollar General? I haven't looked at Dollar General for that. Mainly because our Dollar General, for some reason, right? There is always a cart full of boxes, like broken down boxes or whatever, right in front of the cosmetics aisle in the Dollar General near me. All the time. Like, I go there to buy face wash because the face wash that I use is cheap there. And it's a 50-50 shot whether or not I'm going to get to it that day. That section of the store is always has a big cart with boxes on it. It drives me bonkers. Right there, right in that section. So you can't get to it. You know? Let's see what else I've got here. Go right along here. I'll have to fight my way through the mess and look, because I'm in Dollar General all the time. Because that out here in the country, that's like the only store that I have. So I'm always out there. Let me find one more different texture that can.
Mom, did you draw a
No,
picture?
you do not.
Well, it looks like something between the letters.
Okay. All right. So.
Well, where's that yellow then? Well, that's me hugging.
Okay, go.
I can talk to them for a
No.
minute.
No, you're gonna start getting ready for bed. Go in and go pee for me. Okay. This is cool though. If you get like a black and white focal image, it would look really cool on with all these colors, you know? But you know, eyeshadow too. If you get eyeshadow with the shimmer in it, which seems to be all eyeshadow these days, that blends, that looks really nice on paper. A lot of times I use it on my tags and it leaves a really nice colored shimmer. You know, exactly like you would imagine it would look on your eyelids is what it will look like on your paper. So that's another idea. And now is the time to go out and buy that because they have all those cosmetic kits that they sell as Christmas gifts for half off and whatever. I just noticed a bunch of them half off at Dollar General when I was in there the other night. So that's also an idea. I think I'm going to leave this pretty much the way it is with some white because it looks pretty cool, I think. Cool, man. Cool, dude. Alrighty. Just like that. Look at that. Very nice. I'm really happy with the way these pages have come out tonight. And I'm also really happy that you're all hanging out tonight. It's definitely a lot of fun live streaming like this and having you people coming and visiting. And I like the Wednesday nights because not a lot of people seem to be live streaming on Wednesdays, so it works out nicely. I'm going to dry this before I do anything with this book. Yeah, that me too, Susan. I got, you know, I have whatever the 4 main colors are that they usually sell. I buy them at Dollar Tree and I put them on things too. I haven't tried making it into a spray yet, but you can. You can make it into a spray. Like a glimmer mist spray, but I'm thinking about adding it to some of my colored inks. And see how that looks, you know. Let's see if I can get this in frame all the way so you can see all the textures. I see texture pictures that I like. I have an Amazon box full of these texture images. So it's nice to be able to use some of them up. And I also use them too, you know, I'll use a whole page as a background if it's the whole page of texture. But those fashion magazines are great for these texture pages because a lot of the backdrops that the models are, you know, modeling their ugly clothes against are great backdrops. And some of the clothes even make great texture images. So just one more thing to save, right? One more thing to stow away in a box. Like me, I have a whole big box of it. But we'll be using some of that box up this month for sure. I was so bummed out. I went through my security envelopes the other day and realized that most of them only have the design on half of the envelope. The other half is white. So I only have partial security envelope designs, which is very disheartening, especially when you want to cover a big space with it, you know. So I'm going to throw away all my security envelopes that only have little pieces of design in it. I'm going to put a piece of wax paper. I'm going to put a piece of wax paper between these because I just don't trust them. I just don't trust that matte medium. And I got one spot that's just staying tacky. So I'm going to do that. And I want to just show you an example of the eyeshadow. Oh, Cheryl, the clothes are horrendous. I saw the other day, there was somebody had in one of those magazines, they had a fake dog, right? It was a fake dog that you're supposed to use to walk around with as if it was a real dog. And they wanted $3,000 for a fake dog. I wouldn't even pay that much for a real dog. Let me show you how these pencils work. So I like this color because it's, you know, like a teal. So if I just draw a line, right? And then you smear it like that. And I'll bet you if you took, we'll try the purple too. Like I have this sponge, right? That's still got paint on it, but I'll just use the non-painty section. Even though this purple for some reason looks brown on here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes with the sponge. The sponge, your finger gives it more of a smear, whereas the sponge kind of gives it a, yeah, these are eyeliner pencils that I bought at Dollar Tree. And they work just like a gelato. Let me take out the gelatos that I bought. Okay. So a box of gelatos. I'll take out the blue because you'll definitely be able to see blue. So take out the blue. I had some crumblies come off onto my finger. So the gelatos will go far, right? They'll go farther. But when you're accenting, these eyeliner pencils work just as good. If you take the eyeliner and you draw a nice thick line, right? No, it's pretty much the same. If you draw a thicker line with the eyeliner, the gelato just automatically works thick, whether you draw lightly or not. The eyeliner, you can go light. The gelato kind of, it just blobs on there. I almost like the eyeliner better. You know, you just need colors. And this is a fatter one, you know. Yeah, the gelatos are reactive to water. Let's see. I doubt the eyeliner will be reactive if you spray it, but I bet you it'll be just as reactive with a baby wipe. No, it's not. It's not reactive like the gelato. The gelato is much more reactive to water than the eyeliner. The baby wipe just pretty much wipes it off, wipes the eyeliner off. You know, but I don't even know, because of the way that I do things, I don't know if I would even use the gelatos with water. I mean, I might now that I see how they work with water, but if you're just looking to smear something, you know, the eyeliner will work. The eyeliner will work nicely. And, you know, you see people outline things with their pencils, their special pencils. You could probably use a black eyeliner for that. And they have some really nice browns, too, for a distressing, you know. So the gelato is reactive to water, but if you take a sponge, it does move the eyeliner pretty far. It does really move the eyeliner. But I think the only thing I would probably use the gelatos for is to do something with water. You know, like if I make a whole piece using the gelatos, like I've seen Lori Marie Jenkins do, where she scribbles the gelato over the whole page and then really smudges it in with, I don't know if she even uses water. She must use wet hands because she really smears it in. That would probably be the only time I would use them over these, except for color. But you can buy these in all different colors for cheap. You know, I have a black one here, I think. This is just a regular eye pencil. You know, so if I put that on here, and if I take my sponge, I really like the way the eyeliner smudges. So look at that. We all learned something new together tonight, right? And these might work better on regular paper with water. This is painted. This is a painted surface. That baby wipe wanted to rip the paint off, you know? So we'll have to do a night where we experiment with, and I'll get different ones, you know, cheap ones that I find. I'll get cheap ones. And even if you find them at the thrift stores, like I see makeup at the thrift store all the time. I would never in my right mind wear it. But there is a church thrift store that sells makeup all the time that I go to. So I'll keep an eye out there because they sell these for like a quarter, you know, for eyeliner pencil. And you know, they're probably old. Hi, Mini Hobby. Thanks for coming to hang out. We were doing an experiment with gelatos and eye pencils. So I decided that gelatos work nice if you are using them with water. But the eye pencils smudge pretty nicely, as do the gelatos. But the eye pencils are a little bit cheaper by a lot. So you could definitely get these for much less, you know, and still get a similar effect as the gelatos. You know, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Another thing I want to do too is I really want to start playing with some watercolors. You know, I just have cheap watercolors. I don't have anything fancy, but I really want to start, you know, playing around with them. You know, I was thinking about doing a whole page of squares too, but you can use eyeshadow to, like, I think either sticks would work because, you know, you could get the eyeshadow sticks and they're fat, which would be nice. But, like, I have this right here, right? And this is a package of those cheap eyeshadows. And I just use this for art. So I take this stuff, right? And go back to my white page so you can get an idea. I take this. I go through these little spongy things when I'm doing this. I go through them like crazy. So most of the time I just use my finger. And regular eyeshadow, this is kind of hard to see on camera, but it leaves a great shimmer in that color. Let me see if I can pull this up so you can see it a little bit better. It's pretty, you can see it pretty well on my end. I'll try the black one. I think is shimmery too. You know, you take that and the thing I like about it too is it's picking up the paper, the texture in the paper. You know, it's picking up all the texture. Try some purple. Try some dark brown. Oh, that's awesome, Susan. Mine are just cheap. I got them at, I shouldn't say they're cheap. They were originally $20, but I got them with a coupon at Hobby Lobby a while ago. I don't think they're any famous brand or anything. I like how that does that with the texture of the paper. Hi, Jilly. We're just experimenting with makeup. I like how it takes the texture of the paper. So if you took a piece of paper, crumpled it up, straightened it out, painted it white, and then went over it with eyeshadow, that would look so cool because this is picking up the all of the texture of the paper.
Who else came?
Julie came.
No. Did Sean came?
No,
He didn't came?
no,
Sean never comes to the video?
no. So, my watercolors though are just, I mean, I don't think they're anything fancy,
Mom,
but they are in tubes.
Mom, who are these two heads?
Yeah, I like them. You know, I haven't played with these ones, but I played with ones that are similar. I could tell because I've had similar
Mom, who are those two heads?
types, and I really like them. I like the cheaper ones that I own. You know, they are they work just as nice. I even have some kid ones that I like. Oh, thanks.
Thanks what?
That's my daughter. Her name is Lily. Say hi.
Hi. She said hi too.
But this is a lot of fun to the eyeliner works great, and I'll bet you those pencils, those big fat eyeshadow pencils will work
Mom,
awesome too. I have a whole bunch of those pencils, but I actually use them on my eyes. No, I actually use them on my eyes, but I'm kind of tempted to not use them on my eyes anymore.
Mom, who are those two heads?
Go in and go pee for me, okay? Because it's bedtime. I'm really sorry to have to cut this off now. There's a difference. But I think that, as with anything, you can really, if you buy it to experiment, you know, yeah, multi-purpose eyeshadow. So yeah, I was doing some backgrounds, and this one here I made with all my texture pieces. I mean, not all of them. I have 75,000 pages. I'm not kidding. And I played with the Delusion sprays I bought. Used right here. Ooh, see, look at that though. It's all smeary. That's not going to work nicely. But yes, it is time for bed, which means that I have to go, since my crafty space is also Lily's bedroom. So she's got to go to bed, and I have got to call it a night. But I'm so glad you came to hang out. Next week we'll probably be working on I don't know yet. I'm gonna see what I get done on video this week. I'm gonna be working on some more books. I gotta finish my coffee journal because it's almost done. But I'm really glad you came to hang out. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for experimenting with me. We'll have to do something like this again next week. We'll have to do something fun. But keep an eye out because I'll have some more videos coming up. This week. And remember, I'm on Wednesday nights at 7:30, so maybe I'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.